Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another StarCraft 2 cast with me, District StarCraft. So today we have another game from reddit.com/r/casted, but it's going to be a bit different today. We have some Legacy of the Void Archon mode coming up, as spotting in the bottom left. I don't really have any names, but it's Red Archon. I know Drunken Boy and Flo are playing in this one, but I don't know which Archon they're in. So, this is going to be Red Archon. And in the top left, representing MIT, it is the Teal Archon. And it's going to be a TVZ on the map Iron Fortress, I think it is called. As you can see, unfortunately, I don't have any custom overlays for Legacy of the Void, but I'm going to be using this standard one because I still think it is a decent one. I'm going to be removing the names here. I think they don't really do a whole lot to just take up some screen space. Okay, so yesterday I posted a link to Reddit looking for feedback on my casting, and I got some great feedback. And one of the main things was actually to slow down my speaking by a bit, since English is not my native language. One of the things that I was told to do is slow down, because sometimes it can be a bit difficult to actually figure out what I'm trying to say. So I'm trying to slow down my speaking a bit, and unfortunately with Legacy of the Void it's going to be a bit tricky to up my analysis, so to speak, but I'm gonna do my best nonetheless. Okay, so what do we have going on in this game? We have a factory coming down, we have the barracks already done, and the games get underway so quickly as in the Legacy of the Void. I don't even have time to talk about anything. But for our Teal Archon, we have the hatchery coming down, we have the spawning pool coming up, and with this factory completing, I do expect some Hellion play to come out of our Red Archon here. There's the good luck I found coming down at the 4-minute mark. Hellion play has been around for a very long time, and I would be surprised not to see it here. What needs to be noted though is the fact that there is no command center for our Red Archon. And there we go, there's a starport coming down now, and a tech lab as well, so we're not going to see Hellion play. Instead we're going to see potentially the new Banshees. I know they've been given a speed boost, but I don't know if it's like an upgrade or if they have a standard speed boost or whatever. I don't know what they settled on, but I know that the Banshees are a lot more effective in Legacy of the Void, at least. For our Zug player, it's looking a whole lot more standard. Lair is coming up. Of course, it's going to be a lot earlier here in the Legacy of the Void, since with all the workers earlier on, we're going to have a lot more money and things getting underway super quickly. So we have the Lair coming up, we have the metabolic boost coming up. So all looking very standard out of our Zug player. And our Zug player does scout with these links that there is no natural coming down, and he only spots these Marines. So this should tell him that something is going on. There could be a command center up here, but probably we're going to see some aggression. And we're actually going to see something that's still pretty much standard. But I do think usually Terran players have a command center. We're going to see some Hellion Banshee push, I guess? No? I will switch here on the barracks and the factory. As you may be able to tell, my Legacy of the Void knowledge is super limited. I don't know, does anyone actually play Legacy of the Void that much? I think there's no reason for it, really. Focusing a lot of Heart of the Swarm, because, oh, this is so cute. Because there is no ranked system for Legacy of the Void. Oh, get it! Yes, he does get the SV in the end. Okay, so that's pretty cute. Delays it by a few seconds. As I said, I don't play that much Legacy of the Void, mainly due to the fact that there is no ranked play, and there is no, like, you don't really get anything out of playing it. Either way, the Banshees here trying to do some harassment, but 3 queens are in position. So far the Banshees up to 4 kills, and oh, the clutch cloak there in the last second. He spots the Spire coming down as well, which is a pretty huge scout. And look at this, let's have a look at this. It's movement speed of 2.2. Ooh, I don't know what that equals to in Heart of the Swarm time. But I felt, was that Banshee faster? No, that looks like standard speed to me. Perhaps a bit faster, yeah, it might be a bit faster actually. I don't really know. Is there an upgrade available? I don't know. I don't know, man. Perhaps there's an upgrade available for those Banshees to give them a, like, small speed boost like the Medivacs have or something. I don't know. Armory is coming down right now for Red Archon, and it looks like we're going into some mech play. We have double factory up right now. We're also working on double Viking, so no medevacs being produced here. It's all going to be mech from here on out. And it's trying to do some poking here at the front as well with these Hellions and the one Banshee. But with the Mutalisk coming out, I think our Zerg player is going to be able to clean this up just fine. It just needs to hold on for a few more seconds with these Queens, but nope. The Hellions run into the main base, kind of. There we go. I think. Yeah, they're moving into the main base right now. The Mutalisks are here, but the Mutalisk count is still a bit too low, I think, to hold this off cost effectively. Drones are falling pretty rapidly here, and so far 17 have been killed in this game by a Terran player. And I was here with some Marines as well. Picking off a Queen, and this is always nice. Everything that they can get is some great value because they're not really needed anymore for a Terran player. He's working on double Thor actually, which is kind of cool. So the Marines finally get cleaned up. A couple of drones were killed in the process there as well, with those Hellions earlier on. Now with double Thor coming out, he's gonna shut down these Mutalisks so hard. He's also got a turret coming up. Well, he's got a turret already in the mineral line here, the natural turret here to protect his production as well. And it looks like our Red Archon is already in a good position. Let's have a look at this. Okay, they're up to 270 APM. I hope that's their total APM. So 270 and 250 respectively. And they're basically pro players now. This is basically what Archon mode like turns regular players into. Two players that morph into one very good 250, 270 APM professional player. So Mutalisk finally cleaning up this Banshee. We also see a Hydralisk then coming down, and this is of course in response to spotting those Thors. I think spotted the Thors, and also spotting this mech build from our Terran player. Going for Hydralisks and Roaches in the mid game is a lot more viable than just pure Mutalisks. So probably going to go into Hydralisks and Roaches, perhaps tech switch it up to Swarm Host. I don't know how effective they are now with the nerf, and in Legacy of the Void as well. Oh no, I forgot about that. We have the Lurkers now. Oh yeah. So we're gonna see some Lurkers coming down. I think they have a range of 9, which is not as long as of a range as the tank has. The tanks have a range of 13. So tanks are definitely going to be outranging the Lurkers, but still they are super effective. If you have like 5 of them spread out, they can cover an entire area or an entire like ramp or entrance, whatnot. They're just super effective, at least from what I've seen against Bio. I don't know how good they are against mech, but we're gonna find out, that's for sure. So the Hellions here are trying to get some more harassment done. The Queen shuts it down though, which is very well done. But the thing is, now the Archon, or our Red Archon, has spotted that there is a third base. I guess he kind of anticipated or already guessed it, but he knows now for sure there is a third base already done for our Zerg Archon. Also a fourth base is coming up, and now Hydralisks are starting to be built. Let's see if they morph into Lurkers immediately, or if we're gonna see that tech switch later on. Let's go back to the APM for a second. Still super high. That's awesome. This is so cool. I love Archon mode. It's going to be so much fun to play with your friends. Okay, so Lynx and Mutalisk trying to make something happen here, but it looks like our Terran player is well bunkered up, and he's going to be protecting his third base pretty well as well, getting turrets up. In the meantime though, our Red Archon is dealing a lot of damage to this mineral line. Only 30 drones in total have gone down in this game, 32, and one Hellion gets out. So after the first push here in the main base, 17 drones had died. And now we're up to 32, so definitely some damage getting done here, getting dealt by these Hellions. Now tanks are starting to be produced. I don't know if that is in response to spotting the Hydralisk then. Has he spotted it? He hasn't even spotted it. No, very little scouting has been done. I think those earlier Thors were just to hold off the Mutalisks, and now he's going to be going into some more standard mech play, which is a lot of tanks. And just still up to 4 Thors, which I don't know how effective they're going to be against these Lurkers. We're gonna have to find out right here, right now. First hit from those Lurkers coming off. Oh, here we go, the burrow, but the scan immediately from our Terran player, but still they're dealing so much damage. 2 tanks fall immediately, and now the Thors are here dealing damage. Some sick lifting micros, well, Vikings being landed as well, and now we're down to like 1 more Lurker. Lings are starting to stream in, and they're pretty effective against Thors, but still, the Thors are able to clean this one up, right? No, they all start to fall there, and only one in the red remains there in the end. So, in the meantime, though, a Hellion run-by has taken place. Killed roughly 10 drones with that attack, up to 41 drones in total. And this is what you can do when you're 2 players in one game, controlling one army and one base. You can split up your attention and just go for a lot of cute harassment. So, wonderful to see the red Archon actually utilize the advantage that they have with Archon mode. But of course, since our teal Archon here is also 2 players, they have an easier time cleaning that harassment up as well. So Helen's just patrolling here for now. We have a lot more lurkers coming in, and it looks like they were pretty darn effective against mech, to be honest. I didn't expect them to be, but since they got on top of those tanks very quickly, he had a pretty decent trade against that. I don't know how costly these are. What do they cost? Do we have any Hydralisks out here on the map? Hydralisk not getting anything done here. Getting cleaned up by the Vikings and turrets, but now Lings are finally starting to make things happen here, denying that 4th base and killing some SVs here over here at the 3rd. Terran player getting into position though, but at the 4th base, nope, not gonna happen. That was cancelled, and oh my god, our red Archon deals some damage as well. How am I supposed to keep up? 59 workers have been killed. So apparently like 12, 13 more or so were killed with these Hellions, and just so much damage being dealt. Let's actually have a look at the income tab. We're still at 63 drones, which is a whole lot. But in total, 63 plus 59 is 122, so 122 drones have been made, plus like 15 from all these buildings. So 130, 150 roughly drones produced in this game, and that is a ridiculous amount. Great harassment coming out of our Terran player. Finally, we see the tech to hive come in. The infestation pit is going down, and I do expect this to be for the hive tech. I don't know what else it could be for. Zergling's trying to make something more happen here, but with the Thor in position, it shuts those down pretty easily. I don't know if it's stuck or what, but it's not moving, that's for sure. And now the lurkers are starting to do some damage to this mech army as well. The mech army is actually dwindling pretty quickly, starting to fall here, and the lurkers dealing so much damage and deal 33 against armored units, which is just ridiculous. This push is getting dealt with easily. Red Archon is forced to pull back to the watchtower here in the middle. Oh my god, a Thor has, I think it's a bit lost. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing up here. He gets a lurker though, and he might be saved by these medevacs if they drop off the Hellbats and then run to that Thor. Just dealing so much damage for now though, these Hellbats. And I'm gonna get out and move over to the 3rd base as well. Oh my god, the lurkers finally catch up with the Thor, shut it down. Hellbats over here as well. Lots of crazy things happening. And in total, 75. Oh my god, the Hellbats over here again. Run. Run. Okay, I think it's gonna get away. Yeah, there we go. There is the boost. But still, we have to keep in mind that there are only 3 bases up for our Terran players. Just now looking to secure that 4th base. But with that being delayed by that much, this means that his income is going to be suffering from it. So, the amount of damage that he's dealt to the drone lines is pretty much necessary damage to stay in this game. He hasn't won any battles really. These lurkers have dealt so much damage to that poor mech army. So in the income we can still see that our Terran player is super far behind, even though he's killed a lot of drones. So we'll see though, as he secures that 4th base, his income is probably going to skyrocket. Landing it down. Can't even land due to the SVs. Oh my god, the creep as well. Oh, this is so annoying. And it doesn't even die. Thor doesn't deal that much damage, to be honest. 200 HP on that sucker. So it's gonna take like 30 extra seconds for that creep to, what's it called, recede. So it's delaying the Terran income by just a tiny bit more. And it looks like our teal Archon is now the one looking to deal some damage. He has done a tech switch into roaches, which I don't know if I like it that much. Lurkers is I guess lurkers are very strong, but they're not that great in mass, like having a lot of them. Okay, that was a lot of SVs going down as well to these lurkers, so 32 in total. The 3rd base has been completely evacuated. We have some harassment over here as well. 95 workers have been killed in this game by our Terran player, and these lurkers have completely shut down the 3rd base. I don't think our Terran player is going to be able to take that back anytime soon. Finally lands the 4th base though, and now with the Vipers coming in, I think our Zerg player is in a good position to take this game. What the hell happened here? Is our Terran player gonna find it as well? I don't know. Roach is coming in as well, dealing some more damage. And as we saw earlier, our Terran player was super far behind in the income. And he's still behind. He's forced to lift off the 4th base once again to try to get out of there. These roaches dealing damage. And what our Zerg players needs is like damage. He knows he's gonna win in the long run if he keeps on denying that 4th base, since he is mining a whole lot more. With this constant harassment from these Hellions and Hellbats, I mean, the drone count is dropping, but 100 workers killed by a Terran player. That's 5,000 minerals in drones. A ridiculous amount. A couple of stray Vikings and medevacs getting caught by these Mutalisks, but where is the Terran army really? There isn't one. Armor supply is 30 to 53, and the Terran army is looking pretty small right now. Up to 3 Thors and 3 tanks, 4 tanks, 5, 6. Okay, that's a bit more. But a couple of units over here as well. I need to keep a better eye on these hatcheries up here. Just a lot of drones falling constantly. Oh, I forgot about this as well. With the tanks sieging up here, they have some sick range over this base. Yeah, this is not gonna be secured anytime soon. It's gonna get shut down so easily by these tanks. But let's have a look at what our Zerg player is doing to prevent this from happening. The Zerg army is not looking that large either. It's up to 6 lurkers right now, 7 roaches, 9 corruptors. But he doesn't have any units to deal with this really. He's getting broodlords now, which I guess would be a decent choice. But since our Terran player has Vikings like very accessible to him, I don't know if it's going to be that effective. Still, some more harassment coming over to the 3rd base though, and this is really what you need to do in the Archon mode. As I've said, you need to utilize the fact that you're multiple people playing in one game with one base, and you know, utilize the fact that you can actually multitask a lot better. So, our Zerg player is trying to secure a 5th base up here at the top instead, but our Zerg player is sniffing it. Oh, our Terran player is sniffing it out rather. Setting a Hellbat over there, and I think he's pushing now with this huge mech army now. It's not huge, but it's pretty damn large. A lot of tanks are now in this push, and we have +2/+1 done for our Terran player. But here we go, finally the Vipers are starting to make an appearance on the map. Lightning clouds coming down. Oh, those awesome, beautiful blinding clouds. But our Zerg player needs to utilize the fact that they're there, and there we go. Brutalist moving in as well. And this entire Terran army is going to die. They can't run. Can't hide. Abducts coming in as well. Beautiful play out of our Zerg player. Oh, that's a nice pickup though by that medevac. So that army gets cleaned up. And what is coming on the back of this for both players? Finally, the 3rd base gets cleaned up. All the lurkers are now gone. But still, there's not a whole lot of mining taking place for our Terran player. Well, actually, for neither one of these players. Our Zerg player is just now getting up some more mining as well. So this is still looking like a pretty close game to me. They've been playing wonderfully, both of them. And I still don't know who's in the lead. Looks like our Zerg player is trying to push here. And with the high corruptor count that he had earlier, he can still push back these Vikings. Ooh, he needs to control them properly though. There we go, pulling back for now. And these Broodlords are just laying siege to this 4th base. This is basically the main mining point of our Terran player. And dealing some damage to that is going to be great for our Zerg Archon. And oh my god, more harassment taking place here as well. In the income tab, this is just going so much back and forth, but our Terran player is now down to 13 SCVs, which is just a, yeah, that's not a whole lot of SCVs compared to this. Look at this, an oversaturated, fresh base. And let's see, yeah, there we go. There's a hit squad of Hellions moving out. I don't like the new minimap. It's so hard for me to spot things with the like bright light colors on this bright light map. It's not that easy. Luckily for our teal Archon here, he has a couple of roaches and links in position to deal with a potential Hellion run by. Oh, sick contaminate, bro. Contaminate coming down to prevent any more SVs from being built, and we're still pretty low, up to 22 right now. Hellion is finally coming in here, but it's getting cleaned up relatively well. Still, 17 drones? Are you kidding me? Was that 17 more drones? Yeah, the drone count is still looking low. Both of them are really low now. How's this? 150, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Oh, so much damage being dealt everywhere. Let's go back to APM. 280, 297, 7. Remember that these are some good players as well. We have Flo and Drunken Boy playing this out. I think Drunken Boy, I don't know, I recognize the name at least. I think Flo is one of our spectators as well, right? I don't know how good these are. I think Drunken Boy is like one of the better players in NA, Europe? I don't know. Ender leaves the game. Okay, Ender is gone. So we now have one player only for our Zerg team. And are they losing? Armor supply 70 to 76. It's still hard to tell. I feel like they're not in too bad of a position, but Ender is apparently out of the game. There we go. Blinding clouds coming down. Lurkers moving in. The perfect combo. Oh, so many spikes coming up. This is beautiful. I don't even know if I'm zoomed out. Yes, I am. Look at those spikes. Wonderful. Great little effects coming out of Blizzard here. Looking beautiful. But how is our champion faring in this fight? He's doing a nice job of cleaning this up actually. Scans coming down. He positioned himself nicely after those blinding clouds fell. Pulled back his tanks. And I think he's cleaning this up. Oh, so many drones. Roasted and toasted. Now the Mutalisks are here cleaning this up. There's no anti-air here for our Terran players. So the Mutalisks coming in. Sweeping up. Cleaning everything up. Henia's coming over here once again. They're cleaning. I mean, they're killing stuff so quickly. 25 damage versus light units, and since drones only have 40 HP, they're going to be two-shotted. Yeah, and I think our Zerg players had enough of this stupid harassment. It's going to be, you know, going on the aggression himself. Yeah, himself. He's alone now. So he's pulling out here with a lot of links and Mutalisks, going back to the standard Mutalink style. And let's see, what can our Terran player do? Of course, he's got the Hellions with the blue flame that are just so efficient against light units, such as the Lynx. So, he's got also a tank in a nice position with these Hellbats moving in. Oh, what can they do? They deal 39 damage versus light units. And they're going to be one-shotting these Zerglings with an HP of 35. So now our Zerg player is actually pulling back. He does not want to engage into this. Could he have taken it? Perhaps. I know, there would have been a close fight, I think. So he at least does not want to engage into that army, so instead pulls back his entire army. And now, if you look at the top side of this minimap, you can see that our Zerg player is starting to mine out quite a lot. Of course, half of the mineral patches are super low on minerals, so a lot of the stuff here has been mined out. He's got these fresh bases though that are still running, and this is all that our Terran player has. He's completely mined out at his natural. He's completely mined out at his main base. So there we go, moving that over to the fourth base. Ah, but Teal Archon is already all over that. And some more harassment coming in from our Teal Zerg player. But he's losing quite a bit as well though in the process. Oh my god, more drones? Are you kidding me? 100 and... Oh my goodness. I've never seen that many drones go down in one game. 199. Look at this. This is 89 and the bar is like super small. 89 workers killed and the bar is like not even a third, man. Not even filling that up with a third. Okay. So Adrenal Glands coming in now. We see +3, +2 about to finish up that melee and the carapace, of course. So with the tech switch coming in, no more of those ranged upgrades are going to be needed. Might see Ultralisk coming in. Do we have an Ultralisk, Kevin? We do. Okay, so no chitinous plating has been researched though. And look at that. That was such a cute run by just dealing so much damage to that mineral line. And still there's no mining for our Terran player. He's not mining anything at all. But it's not... Our Zerg player is not mining either. What the hell? This is such a close game still. In supply count, we have 55 to 65. Ooh, Mutal is falling rapidly. And now it's 55 to 59. Oh my god, I don't actually know if our Zerg player can clean this push up. This is a strong push coming out of Red Archon here. And with only Lings and a few Mutalisks, he's going to get hard countered by these Hellbats and 5 Thors. He needs to muster all of his strength. Well, he's got quite a lot of Lings. He's got a few Queens as well. Let's actually go to Units tab. He's got 52 Lings, 2 Roaches, 2 Corruptors, 3 Queens, and 2 Mutalisks. to the 6 Thor, 7 Hellbats, 1 Viking, and 1 Siege Tank. So this is going to be the final fight coming up. I mean, I think our teal player can buy a bit more time by forcing the Terran player to first kill off this base and then kill off that base. So he can buy himself a bit more time and mine a few more minerals. Is he going to go for the base race though? It looks like it. So Terrans do what they usually do in base races. They lift off and get the hell out of here. Going over to another part of the map, I guess. Lynx are here though, cleaning up the supply depots for now. So this is going to be the final minerals mined in this game. I suspect the drones are all going to die, and what they're doing right now could be crucial money for our Zerg player later on. He does not mine enough to build another base though, which is a bit unfortunate. But as we all know, he's got a few to spare. Unfortunately not ones with mineral patches. Okay, so now it's a full-on base trade. Zerg player still dealing damage here to the supply depots and refinery, while the Mutalisks and Corruptors and Queens joining as well, dealing damage to these flying buildings. So let's go to the structures tab, shall we? Well, that's still a bit too large to use. But 5 factories, 1 starport, and 2 orbital commands are alive for our Terran player. But the structures tab is looking a bit better for our Zerg player. He needs to keep his units alive though. Teal Zerg. Micro. Okay, he's got 1 lurker here as well, and it cannot actually be scanned. He needs to land these orbital commands to scan it. So this is great for this lurker. He's just chilling, man. Oh my god, these orbital commands have to fly so far as well. Okay, get the army out of there. There we go. Actually dealt quite a lot of damage though, that lurker did. A lot of splash damage on these Hellbats. Ooh, and a tank falls as well to this hidden lurker. There we go, finally the scan is coming down, but a circler is trying to run in. This is the final battle. A lot of Zerglings being roasted super quickly by the Hellbats though. Thors are still standing strong, but they're starting to lose a lot of HP. 2 Thors remain, 2 Hellbats. Mules being dropped to repair. Is it going to be enough, or was it Manor Mules? I don't know if you Manor Mule in this position. A Ravager being produced as well. That dies super quickly. Those were nerfed so heavily recently. We're all out of transfuse as well for our Zerg player, but the lurker here standing strong. There's the GG. Drunken Boy leaves the game, and Flo leaves as well. Mr. November takes it for the Teal Archon in the end. That was an incredibly close game. 47 minutes and constant action, constant harassment. So that was incredible. Woo. Okay, Flo and Drunken Boy. I don't know if you're the ones who submitted this replay. I guess not. Mr. November, hope you enjoyed the cast. Whoever watched this, I hope you enjoyed. A lot of fun casting Legacy of the Void as well. Not really up to date with all the builds and stuff, but Archon mode is, and it looks like a lot of fun. So, hope you all enjoyed. I would love some feedback if you got any, whatever you got, positive, negative, I would love it. So, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.